todas las familias, amigos y amigas que se encuentran aquí esta mañana, apoyando la clase de graduados del año 2015. I stand before you feeling humbled and honored to be chosen to speak to you all today. I arrived at Cal State Fullerton in 2010, and while Fullerton is only a 45-minute drive from my hometown of Huntington Park, without traffic, it is a completely different world than what I was used to. To say that upon arriving here I experienced culture shock is a huge understatement. I often share the story that during my very first day on campus, during orientation, I sat behind two students and overheard the conversation about their summer in their lake house. This was the first of many encounters throughout my time here that made me very self-conscious about myself and my identity as a first-generation Mexicana in the university. It kept me asking, where are my gente? Where are the people who look and speak like me? And 2 years later, I found that and more. I found the Chicano Studies Department and the Chicano Studies Alliance, also known as CASA, a name that's very fitting to them. I found them laughing very loudly in the third floor of the Humanities and Social Sciences building and bumping banda and corridos from a very tiny office at the end of the hall. And since then, I've been part of a community que hizo que la identidad de los estudiantes mexicanos, chicanos, latinos y centroamericanos en esta universidad será bien conocida. Fui parte de una comunidad que cada año coordinaba un evento en grande para que nuestra cultura y nuestras raíces fueran presentadas aquí en Fullerton. Nunca me hubiera imaginado que era posible bailar el caballo dorado enfrente del edificio de Humanities antes de ir a clase, o que podría traer a mi papá y a su mariachi a la universidad para que tocara su música. I am eternally thankful to the universe and to the Creator for allowing me to become part of CASA and to have met people through this department and organization who have changed my life for the better. En este departamento conocí y fui guiada por profesores, personal y amigos que me han enseñado que la universidad es más que atender clases y recibir buenas calificaciones. Es de hacer conexiones y amigos. I met strong women in this department, like Sonia and Doctora Malagón, who have taught me that it's okay to be shy and quiet, but that there is power in being loud and fierce. I have met amazing professors, Dr. Gadia, Doctora Perez, Dr. Hannah, who have allowed me to see myself reflected in a profession and an institution that I never would have imagined was available for somebody like me. And a department full of accomplished professors who have done admirable work in their fields and who genuinely care about their students. During my time here, I have sat among people with incredible life stories. I have shared spaces with mujeres who are raising children, working, and balancing the pursuit of a degree at the same time. I have learned alongside transfer students who have beat the odds and have made it to the stage. I know students who have served in the armed forces and are now dedicating their lives to fighting different battles. We are all very familiar with the struggles of pursuing higher education. We know la lucha que es intentar determinar tarea después de horas de trabajo. Conocemos qué difícil es leer un libro cuando parece que tu cama llama tu nombre. Y conocemos lo difícil que es no salir a las fiestas porque tenemos mucha tarea que terminar. But even then, our struggle, nuestra lucha, no fue la misma de muchos que están presentes esta mañana. Mi lucha no fue nada comparada a la de mis padres, la de mi madre, que se levanta antes del sol todas las mañanas para trabajar y recibir un saldo que no refleja la inmensa fuerza y sabiduría que ella tiene. Mi lucha no fue igual a la de mi papá, que por décadas ha trabajado en una fábrica día a día para poder ayudar a mi familia a salir adelante. Y nuestra lucha no fueron igual a la de nuestras familias y ancestros que han venido a este país desde muy lejos y han luchado sin cesar para que nosotros y nuestra gente en este país tenga la oportunidad de un día estar en un escenario como este. Les agradecemos por todo su labor y sacrificio. And while we have to celebrate all of our graduates here today, we must also keep in mind our brothers and sisters who are not sitting up here. Those who since elementary school may have been tracked away from the university. Our brothers and sisters whose knowledge about the universe cannot be measured with A's and tests. And those whose life courses have led them to choose survival over education. And of course, our brothers and sisters whose lives have been cut short by the violent means of our state. And more often than not, we get asked, Chicano studies, ethnic studies, what kind of job does that get you? The students before you have huge plans. We have among us future lawyers, mental health professionals. We have people who will shape policy and education, who will govern cities and states, and people who will write and tell the stories of our gente, who who will teach and raise a new generation of Americans. We have here a cohort of students who will go forth into this world making decisions with an amazing level of consciousness because we have been guided by one of the finest departments on this campus. A department that has taught us to trust the voices that are often silenced. The voices of the indigenous communities who have been erased from our history. The voices of women. The voices of people of color who have faced years of oppression and struggles. And most importantly, to trust our own voices. My own voice. A voice that for too long sat quietly in the back of classrooms too shy to speak up. My own voice as a first-generation college student, as a Mexicana, as a mujer, that I can now stand proudly in front of all of you, saying that our presence here is important, and that our stories matter, and that we will revolutionize this country so that the sacrifices of our family, el apoyo de nuestros professors, and the legacy of our people won't be in vain. And if I may quote Gloria Anzaldúa, we will do work that matters, que vale la pena. Y finalmente, este título se lo dedico a mi mamá y a mi papá, Marta Adriana Contreras y José Alfredo Contreras, que cruzaron fronteras y enfrentaron miles de obstáculos, para que desde un apartamento pequeño en Huntington Park enseñaron y criaron a 3 hijos. A mí y a mis hermanos José y Abraham, que se van a graduar de high school el mes que entra. Gracias a mamá y papá. Ustedes han sido mis más grandes maestros y su dedicación y lecciones de amor han sido mis mejores lecciones que ningún título de ninguna universidad pueda reemplazar. Thank you.